Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi taala wabarakatuh. Today we will present about the framework of Malaysian Takaful industry and the differences between the Takaful Act 1984 and the Islamic Financial System Act 2013 in the view of Takaful. So our group consists of Fatimah Liana, Sofia Farah Amira, Nordina Fahana and me myself Muhammad Amin Imran. So for the background of the Takaful industry in Malaysia, a special task force was created to study the possibility of the establishing the Islam insurance companies in Malaysia on the 25th October 1982. Currently in Malaysia, there are 10 takaful companies in Malaysia, and the Malaysian was the second largest takaful market in 2019 globally.
Alright, my name is Farah, and let's get into the framework of Malaysian Takaful industry. Okay, next slide, please. Okay, history of Takaful. In 1983, the establishment of Bank Islam Malaysia Berhad, which is sparked the development of Malaysia's Takaful industry. In 1984, Takaful Act had drafted, and on November 29, Syarikat Takaful Malaysia Berhad was established as the Malaysian's first Takaful operator. And on 1985, Takaful Malaysia provide family Takaful as well as general Takaful services. Alright, next slide please. Okay, development of Takaful. The beginning of the Takaful industry in Malaysia in the early 1980s was motivated by the Muslim public's desire for a Sharia-compliant alternative to conventional insurance, as well as to supplement the operations of the Islamic Bank, which had been established in 1983. It was largely caused by the degree issues by the Malaysian National Fatwa Committees, which ruled that life insurance in its current form is a void contract due to the presence of the element of gharas, riba, and maisir. Alright, next slide please. Okay, in 1982, the government formed a special task force to investigate the feasibility of establishing an Islamic insurance company. Okay, next point is following the task force recommendations. The Takaful Act was enacted in 1984, and the first Takaful operator was established in Malaysia in November 1984. Okay, that's all from me. Thank you.
Hi, Assalamualaikum. I am Sofia binti Hamidun. Okay, now I will explain about the corporate governance Takaful. Okay, the governance structure of Takaful operator is unique due to the presence of two principles, which are the shareholder and the Takaful participant. Okay, next, the board of directors of Syarikat Takaful Malaysia Keluarga Berhad and its subsidiary companies continue to subscribe and support the Malaysia Code on Corporate Governance 2017. Furthermore, Takaful regulation differ by jurisdiction, but must regulate corporate governance in a similar or equivalent manner to conventional insurance operation. In recent years, there has been a growing focus on corporate governance in a global context. Next, corporate governance has become critical in the Takaful system as well in order to preserve the sector's productivity and stability, as well as to protect the interests of policyholders, shareholders, and other internal and external stakeholders. Okay. In addition, corporate governance treatment organizes many aspects of the Takaful market, such as the criteria required to validate Takaful models and the relationship between policyholder and shareholder funds. Okay. In addition, the aim of corporate governance is to keep the Islamic insurance industry in order by enforcing certain regulation and ethical principles that Takaful operator must stick to, as well as to assist in the identification and analysis of risks and opportunities in this sector. Okay, next, this will improve the Takaful sector's efficiency and reputation, as well as encourage greater loyalty and engagement from participants, shareholders, and employees. And the last one is, as compared to the conventional insurance, The Takaful market has some unique characteristics and difficulties, as it must match the conventional insurance market service quality while still persuading the uninsured to use its Sharia compliance services. Okay, next is the key milestone for Takaful in Malaysia. There are some of the key milestones. Okay, on 29 November 1984, Takaful Malaysia was established and the company was operated on July 1985. And next, in 2015, Takaful has won the Best Takaful Company in Malaysia award for the third time at the 9th International Takaful Summit 2015 held in London. And for the latest one is in 2020, Takaful Malaysia was awarded the highest returns to shareholder over 3 years and the highest return on equity over 3 years. Okay, that's all from me. Now move to the next presenter. Thank you.
Next, Masliana and I, Dina, will explain about the differences of scope covers and salient features between Takaful Act 1984 and Islamic Financial Services Act 2013. So, a little bit information of Islamic Financial Services Act 2013. IFSA 2013 came into force on 30 June 2013 and it repealed Act for Islamic Banking Act 1983 and Takaful Act 1984. It also set out the regulatory framework for Malaysia's Islamic financial sector. The IFSA 2013, according to Section 3 of the IFSA Act 2013, defines Takaful as an arrangement based on mutual assistance under which Takaful participants agree to contribute to a common fund providing for mutual financial benefits payable to the Takaful participants or their beneficiaries on the occurrence of pre-agreed events.
Today I will present about Takaful Act 1984. Okay, the previous TA 1984 defined Takaful was statutory defined as a scheme based on brotherhood, solidarity, and mutual assistance, which provides for mutual financial aid and assistance to the participant in case of need, whereby the participants mutually agree to contribute for the purpose. And the IFSA requires a Takaful operator with a composite license to separate its family business from its general Takaful business. As a result of this, several existing composite operations may consider giving up their general license and new players will enter the market.
Okay, I will explain about salient features for both Act. The first comparison is inclusion of the beneficiaries. The Takaful Act appears to limit recipients of Takaful benefits to participants only. If the participant dies, they will not receive the Takaful benefits, but the beneficiaries will receive them. IFSA 2013 has overcome the situation by including beneficiaries of Takaful participants as recipients of Takaful benefits upon the occurrence of previously agreed events. Second, single license Takaful business. IFSA requires Takaful operator with a compound license to separate their family Takaful business from their general Takaful business. However, Takaful Act allowed Takaful operators to conduct both the family Takaful and general Takaful business under the same company. Based on these two comparison, the intention of the regulator is to expand the growth of general Takaful business and family Takaful business. Further, the regulator intends the Takaful operator to compete with the conventional insurance practices. Next, inclusion of participant risk fund. The Takaful Act defines Takaful as a scheme aims to provide mutual financial support for the participants and the participants agree to contribute for such purpose. This is according to Section 2 of the Takaful Act 1984. However, the definition is silent on the existence of the fund, of which the purpose is to maintain all the contribution donated by the participants. In comparison to the IFSA 2013, it has included the definition of common fund, which is Tabarruk Fund, or participant risk fund according to Section 90 IFSA 2013. Lastly, proper claimant. Section 65(1) of the Takaful Act only mentioned that payment of Takaful benefits may be made to a proper claimant. According to Section 65(4) of the Takaful Act 1984, proper claimant is a person who claims to be entitled to the Takaful benefits as executor of the deceased or who claims to be entitled to such benefits under the relevant law. IFSA stated the similar definition but has included parental guardian of an incompetent nominee or an assignee or who claims to be otherwise entitled to the Takaful benefits under the relevant law. This is according to Section 2 of the IFSA 2013 and Para 9, Schedule 10 of the IFSA 2013. That's all from me. I will pass to Mas Liana.
Next is I will continue the scope of cover. Scope of IFSA 2030 and Takaful, we have prudential matters and corporate governance, Sharia governance, business conduct and consumer protection. So in this, we have a few definitions. In IFSA, we define that Takaful, we define that Takaful certifications are expanded whereby issuing a Takaful certification shall be construct as entering into a contract of Takaful. Whether or not formal contract has been issued in Takaful contribution, which is mentioned only once in the TA, Takaful Act. So for Takaful Actor, we have Free Takaful, Senior Officer and Sharia Committee. Next is we move to scope of cover, which is for Takaful operator. For Takaful operator, we have the provision state that a religious provisory council whose member would be made up of Muslim religious scholars in country, compared to Takaful Act, which says that requirements for carrying on business as Takaful operator, Act 4 in bracket 1, subject to this act, Takaful business shall not be carried on in Malaysia by any person as Takaful operator except Act 125 in bracket A by a company as defined in a Companies Act 1965 or Act 502. For the B, by a society registered under the Corporation Society Act. Next is we have legal form in international Takaful business by international Takaful operator, which is previously governed under Part IIA of a Takaful Act, continues to exist under the IFSA. No such business or operator under the FSA for conventional insurers and all Takaful operators have no separate family Takaful and general Takaful businesses within 5 years from appointed. So lastly, we have Takaful certifications. We have Takaful certifications for IFSA. IFSA tell us about section 140 IFSA Schedule 8 sets out provisions relating to Takaful certifications compared to Takaful Act. Tell us about Act 50 registered of Takaful certifications. That's all from me. Thank you, sir.
For the conclusion, for the lesson for today, the Takaful is important this day as it will assist us when needed. There are a lot of acts and agencies to help with the development of Takaful in Malaysia. However, conventional insurance is still predominant in the market of Malaysia. The awareness of Malaysian, Muslim especially, need to be enhanced. That's all from us. Thank you.